Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to be looking at bar charts or column graphs, right? And it says a bar chart or column graph consists of a number of rectangular bars of the same width, which can be drawn vertically and horizontally and are evenly spaced out. And it says the height or length of each rectangular bar is directly proportional to the magnitude of data that it is representing. A bar chart or a column graph is always drawn on graph paper. All right. So it says the diagram should be drawn to scale, which allows for the exact magnitude of each data to be recorded and read off. Right. So I'm just gonna give you an example here. So this is here we have our in this little diagram here. It's nicely labeled with the vertical axis, which in this case is the y-axis, and the horizontal axis, which in this case is the x-axis. All right. So on both axes, we can actually decide to draw a bar chart or a column graph horizontally. So we can draw it this way, and usually they're of the same length, guys. Or you can draw it horizontally, which would be basically this way, right? Now, it really depends on how they ask you the question, guys, but most of the times you would do a vertical bar graph. You understand? Instead of a horizontal one. So the diagram should be drawn to scale, which allows for the exact magnitude of each data to be recorded and read off, right? Pretty simple. And I'm gonna do an example right now. So for example, it should be drawn to scale. So if you're drawing a vertical one, for example, a vertical bar graph, then this should be drawn to scale. So here you should have 2, you should have 4 here, and you should have 6, and you should be able to measure exactly how much is in this bar, and you should be able to measure exactly how much is in the other bar. So because it's drawn to scale. All right, guys. Cool. So let's look at an example now, a really simple example. This is really a very simple concept, and if you're actually in class with me right now, we're actually gonna go through something similar to um, this topic, but we'd use a graph paper. Okay. And I'm gonna draw an example for you. All right, guys, great. So we're looking at this example here now, and the example says the table below shows the heights of waterfalls in the world in meters. And the first one we're looking at is Angel Falls, or it probably is pronounced Angel Falls, um, in Venezuela at 979 meters. Tugela Falls in South Africa, which is 948 meters. Tres Hermanos in Peru, which is 914 meters. Olu Upenya Falls in Hawaii, which is 900 meters. Umbila Falls in Peru, which is 896 meters. Vinu Fossen Falls in Norway, which is 860 meters. And it says draw a vertical bar chart for the information shown above. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to draw it right over here. And I'm going to have my lines over here. So this is my vertical axis, and this is my horizontal axis. Cool. And it's actually 6 falls that I need to draw, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label the vertical axis because it's drawn to scale, and I'm just going to label it here. I'm going to have 0 here, then I'm going to have 100, then 200, then 300, then 400, then 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and then 1000 right here. Okay, cool. All right, so since we have that now, we can actually label the falls in order, right, from the beginning. So the first one is 979, which is almost 1000, so I can draw that from here. Let me draw that a little further from the vertical line. So I can draw it about here. That would be about 979. And remember that they're the same in length when you're drawing the bar. So this is the first one at 979, and the other one is 948. So it should be a bit lower, right, guys? So it should be about here. 948 is about there. These are actually really close. All right, so this is the height of the second falls. And the next one is 914, which is about here. All right. And the next one is 900, which is about here. Oops. 900, which is about here. Around the same place, guys, but not exact. And we could actually draw this in a different way, but I'm going to show you that later on when we're doing other graphs. Then we'll have 896, which is almost the same as this one. All right. And then we have 860, which is actually about here. Cool. So let's draw that one here. And let's draw a little. Right, we'll have 860, which is about right here. And let's draw this here. And this here. Cool. So this is a vertical bar chart representing the information, right? And this on the left side here should be labeled height in meters, right? Let me just draw that for you. This here is the height in meters, and this is just the horizontal axis, which is your x-axis, right? And here should be a y-axis, which is labeled in height in meters. And this is the answer, guys. So this is how it's supposed to look. Obviously, if you do it on a graph paper, it should look way neater. You wouldn't even have much errors, and it would be beautiful on a graph paper, but this is how it looks in particular. And you notice it's actually decreasing from the highest point to the lowest falls, and that's really how you want it to look. And yeah, that's basically a bar chart or a column graph. And remember, guys, this could also be done the other way, meaning that you could have the bars horizontally instead, right? But they asked us to do it vertically, which is why we end up with a vertical answer. Cool. All right, guys, so we can move on from this, and we're going to look at some more statistics. Statistics is really important to kind of get a feel of what you're really dealing with. And I genuinely think that it's really a good look, and it's something important to know in your life. It's best to know how many subjects your children are doing. Yeah, so let's move on to another topic. All right, guys? That's it. And I'll see you in the next lecture. And remember to do your best, and God will do the rest.